Hey boys, you guys, come on down here. Hey Lucas. Morning guys. It's going to be a little boring for you guys. Alright, so just come on in. Right, I need you guys to kind of show some stuff. And we may get you a few shots later on from the coaches. You can handle that, eh? You know I only have one rule, right? Never let a coach score. That's the only rule I have. Alright? Okay. So go ahead, Lucas. Okay. So, hey. Alright guys, again, part 2, I guess. We're on the ice here. I'm hearing impaired, so I got hearing aids. I'm getting an odd echo here. So, I thought today what I would do, and we did this for Cold Harbor Minor Hockey as well. We used this theme. I wanted to kind of show regular coaches, non-goalie coaches, show them something that they probably didn't really realize. And it's an amazing concept. And it's a concept that goaltenders build their whole game around. Meaning that if a goalie doesn't get this, he'll never be a goalie. This is the killer concept. But a lot of coaches don't even know what this is. So, first question. How big's the net?
4 by 6.
That's that big. That big, yeah. Yeah, and you know what? And actually, that's a good concept too, because in regards to positioning, I'm a big net guy. No lines, no dots, net, because the nets are all the same size. Lines, dots, they're all over the place. Everywhere. How big is the net in feet? Square feet? 4 by 6. 4 by 6. Good,
24.
yeah, 4 by 6. Is the net still 4 by 6? That puck? It's not. Small. You ever look at a skyscraper at the bottom? Look up at a skyscraper, it does this. If you're looking up, the puck is also looking up. So the posts do this. So the net from that puck is less than 24 square feet. Okay? It's less than 24 square feet. So now we're going to talk about box control. Goaltending, it's not the 24 square feet or whatever behind us. It's about the box in front of us. I'm going to have Lucas step out. Heels right there. Perfect. Okay. All right. So, that puck right there, that's boardwalk and park place. You get the puck there, you should be shooting. You should not be passing this puck off. This is the absolute best place in the ice to shoot the puck. All right? Just inside the reaction zone, the net is as big as it's going to get. All right? Perfect place to shoot the puck. So for a goaltender, it's not so much the net behind him that bothers or is the issue. All right? It's about the box in front of. That's not center. You're center. All right? Don't move. So what are those? Right there. Those are the posts. Those are for the posts. So that puck would go along the ice into the net. It would have to be inside those pucks. That's no longer 6 feet wide. That's no longer 6 feet wide. We're starting to build the box. Again, this is prime real estate. Lucas, not a huge goalie, but not a small goalie. Can we get Christian in?
Recording the whole thing anyway. I'll have it recorded.
You've got 6 to 8 inches to move to be post to post. How about a butterfly? I'm going to have you come out a little bit. Yeah, right. Yeah, good. Flat. There you go. So he's got the entire small goal, U13, top of the crease. Not even a particularly aggressive position. He's post to post, prime shot on the ice. This is how goalies think. Good, thanks, Lucas. I'm going to get you, Christian, I'll get you back in. Can I borrow a coach here? Yeah. grab the rope. Rope's a little longer than I wanted. Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. All right. Come back to the original position. So now what we're starting to build here. That's the aerial angle. If you shoot over the ropes from that position, he's going over the net. So now what we have here on stance there, Lucas, ready stance? Oh, we even got Lucas a bit of a problem. All right. That there, that's the crossbar. That's the crossbar. So what net do you have to cover? If I hit you here, would I have scored? No. If I would hit you here and you caught that, would that have shot on net? No. It's above the crossbar. You missed the net. So this is the box. Butterfly. There you go. Right there. So this is what we talk about by box control. This, the post, and this line is the entire thing. So for goalies, okay, yeah, relax a bit. Yeah. We'll come back to it. Yeah. Good. So for a goaltender, that's what we think about. It's not so much the net behind us, but the box we create in front of us. If Lucas came out further, does the box shrink or get bigger? It shrinks. It shrinks. If that puck got closer to him, that box also shrinks. One of the reasons why, there is an optimal place to shoot. The optimal place to shoot doesn't mean it's right on top of the goaltender. It isn't right on top of the goaltender. Secondly, if the goalie backs in, obviously the box opens up and explodes. Biggest complaint I get about goalies from coaches is my goalies back in too much. We can talk about that. I definitely have some answers for them. But that is the box. Let's get Christian in here. A little smaller goalie. See actually how much net he can cover. Yeah, I gotta get your knees to the knee right here. So your coach is right there. Actually, perfect height. He almost probably has close to, what would you say, 90% net coverage? Yeah, 90%. It's going to take a really good shot to beat him, right? A really good shot. Have you guys seen this before? Have you seen this? Oh, you've never seen it? Okay. Yeah. This is everything in goaltending. Talk about angle, you talk about squareness, you talk about depth. It's because of this concept. All right. So, even a U13, smaller U13 goalie, good depth, butterfly, perfect position for a shot. He's got a lot of the net covered. He's got a lot. Now do you know why kids use a butterfly? Why every goalie in the world uses a butterfly on virtually every shot? It's because of this. Yeah, so now some funny things happen. Pucks hit shoulders, come over, bad luck goals. That's my life story. Bad luck goals. Right? But if they play positional and solid, they can cover this box. All right. So let's get Lucas back in here. All right. So just going to ask him because Christian's never seen this before. Go ahead and get back to the heels at the top of the crease. If you do this now, what would your stance look like before you do a butterfly? What would you want to do? More. Lower. There we go. All right. A little bit of thinking for the goalies. Go ahead, do it again. Keep going. You can hold it. Guy like Vasilevsky, 6'5". If you see where the puck is shot from here, he is even lower than Lucas is now. Shoulder a little more forward, get hands forward. There you go. The whole idea, he understands the box. He doesn't want any of his gear, other than maybe his helmet, outside the box. If a goaltender can make this save or force the shot through that box, about 80% of the shots are going to hit goaltender. Straight up. Hits the goaltender, hits you in the belly, you give it up the rebound. So the goalies need to play this, they need to play the box, force the shot, through the box, make the save, chest and shoulders, got even the goalie pants, and then maybe their hands. Okay, relax there. All right? Yeah. So, let's play it off on an angle. All right? Yeah, we'll put the angle this way. Yeah, right. Okay, I just kind of eyeballed it. If you want to go around this side, you can do around. So again, those pucks, those pucks, those are the posts. So you can understand if it's a one-on-one, or any play into the zone, what do we want to do as a defensive unit? We want to drive the shooters wide. This is wide. Now the goaltender more than covers. Ready stance? In there. I'd even compress a little more. Right? Very good. Okay. Yeah, no, you're good. Knee drive. Sorry, butterfly, yeah. Yeah, thanks. I'd say, yeah, virtually 100%. Maybe a little less. Maybe 98%. Do you get scored a lot? No. How about you, Chris? Go ahead, jump in there. Just to have a little comparison. All right. All right, it's a little smaller goalie. You can kind of see there may be a chance. Here's the interesting thing. So what happened to the crossbar? It's higher where?
Short side.
Short side. Yes. Short side's higher. Far side is lower. Maybe you can see there may be some room over Christian's shoulder, but there's no room over that shoulder. That's the crossbar. All right, that's the crossbar. High short side on a wide net drive. See that a few times in the NHL, right? Even with guys that are 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", there could be room over their short side shoulder. And we'll talk about the RPH and why that plays into that. Interesting. Did you know that? Yeah, there you go. Important thing to know, don't you think? Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's the box. Okay? That's the box. Did anyone have any questions about that? Has anyone seen that before? You've seen it before? Yeah. Okay. Who did you see it with? Oh, Finn Goalie. Yeah. Yeah, and Joe Johnson does quite a seminar on it. Brad doesn't talk a lot about this. I think, definitely in the goalie world, you bring out the strings, eyes are rolling back in their head. But this creates everything. Right? This creates everything. Goalie has really good position now. Very, very hard to screen. It's a reason why, once goalie started to really understand this, save percentage went from 880 to 930 in the NHL. Best shooters in the world. High level sticks. Now it's gone down. And the reason it's gone down, we can talk about this as a goal scoring thing. Okay, you guys can relax. Yeah, I'll get Lucas back in here. Yeah, and I'm going to pull the stick off. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, That would come back to the middle if you want, guys. Come down a little tighter if you want. If you know, and what do you, 5'10"? You know, that's kind of even at the NHL, there's 5'10" goalies. Devin Beebe is 5'10". Dallas goalie there. He's 5'8". And there's the Russian guy that lost. Anyway, so yeah, you can get different small goalies. My personal belief, goalie size really doesn't matter. I like smaller goalies in general because they tend to learn how to play the game. Where the big guys, the puck hits them, and the job's done. Where they don't really learn rebound control, game management, right? Don't learn how to move and reposition themselves well. And when they get to higher level guys, attackers or forwards that understand the box. All right, so let's talk about that. Go ahead, Lucas, step out. I'm not going to shoot money. I'm going to give you a good ready stance. Why don't you take a shot here? So what's the idea? How do we create goals? Goalies cover 98% of the net. Well, obviously we've got to talk about release, right? And guys like McDavid and Brad Marchand, any of these guys, it's not about so much ripping the shot through the goaltender. All right, that doesn't really work. The gear is so good now; it doesn't hurt anymore. You're not sparing the goalies. Typically, it is moving the ball before you release the puck. So the most common one is a full shot. So move there, Lucas. Go back. And I'm not a big guy. Don't have a long stick. That small puck movement there, I can have it in the center bar. I can hit the center bar to the left. And he was covering 98% of the net. Now he's covering less than a third. Well, about 250. Just by a puck pull by an amateur. Now you can imagine 6'4" forward, a really long stick, pulls that puck in, pushes the puck out and shoot. That's what they're doing. Changing the box on the goaltender before the goaltender can reposition. The other way we move the box, obviously, the most common way is to pass the puck. What we're doing is we're shifting the box all the time. Shifting the box all the time. I didn't do it with the ropes. Okay, good ready stance. Again, shot at that spot. There we go. Hold it. All right. So where's the hole? What's that? 5 hole. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You think the goalie knows that's the hole too? You here see the snap percent. What are you doing? Show me. Show me how you really do it. All right. Okay. Yeah. So my goalie coach mentor, he never called it a butterfly. From then, I've never called it a butterfly. I've always called it a knee drive. You go down, you're hammering the depths. So, but the goalies know where the hole is too. All right? So when that puck is snapped, really not even really reading the shot, most goalies, especially from U15 up, they're going down to close that ice out. So actually, let's back up. This is a goalie thing, right? It's not where the hole is, it's where the hole is going to be. That's where we should be shooting. Of course, I got a southpaw here to screw me up. So, okay, keep your ready stance, see if I can replicate it. All right, good. So, the spot to shoot, say a right-handed shot here. So I'm lefty, so I can actually shoot over the trap here. If I'm a right-handed shot, spot to shoot, is right here, knee right. Low blocker. Vasilevsky has a real problem with this shot. That's the reason. Not shooting to where the goalie's going to cover, looking for the hole. Most players would realize this. How about as a left-hander, my shot for a southpaw, Lindsay actually where? Yeah. Actually, yeah, very close. Not over the glove. You understand? Generally, it's not over the glove, but you're on the right side. Over the elbow. In order for him to get his glove on his elbow, over the elbow, he's got to bring his hand that way. If I try to get over his glove, very small. So the last spot a goalie can cover on his glove side is over his elbow. Hands out in front. That's why the hands are up here now, not back in the old days. Hands down here, right? Shot over the elbow. Young Philadelphia goalie. Carter. That's real problem. Real problem. Right. So, last spot. Generally, you want to shoot your right-handed shot. You're not looking to shoot across the body. There's a problem here, though. Right-handed shot. All right, moving perfectly lined up. Where do I see net? Where do I see the net? I see net here. Yeah. I see net on this side. Why does the puck see that? See what we did to demonstrate. It's called the shooter's illusion. Right? Shooter's illusion. You know who developed this? Goalie coach. Goalie coach. Yeah, a guy by the name of Jim Park. Can't find the shooter's illusion video on YouTube, but his goalie videos are on there. Man was a genius, way ahead of his time. He did called the shooter's illusion. He did it with the Corporal brothers. He broke this down in the late 80s, right? 89 or something. He did an hour and a half long video just on this, and it was amazing. And that was the start of this box control understanding. So obviously players have an illusion, right? They have an illusion, and that's why you'll see a right-handed shot. Try to shoot a trapper, but actually you shoot me block. Or vice versa, left-handed shot, you want your left. Tell me what you see. You know what I'm going to shoot. Let's line up for a shot. Yeah, what do you see? Yeah, he's centered, right? He's lined up perfect. He's lined up perfect. So left is a triangle on a glove, which is literally you double cross body shot. Very hard. Very important for a shooter to understand. And when you coach the kids, that's something you have to discuss with them too. Watch them. When they do a flow drill and they cut down and low, keep going short side. As a goalie coach, what we try to do, we got to work on our goalie position because a lot of goalies will leave too soon. They'll come across too early. They're very nervous. They want to beat the player, get ahead of the player, which is the wrong thing. Right? You actually want the player to lead when he goes across, so that every time he looks up, he sees no net. Right? Which means he's a little bit behind the play as a goaltender. You've seen that actually. You see it a lot more now. Right? There was a time where it was all center, 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 center. Now the goalies are playing what we call offset, which means they're a little behind the play. Trying to play into the shooter's illusion. Right? So that when a player looks up, he can't see net. So he has to take another step. Looks up, can't see net, another step. After a while, he loses time. Which is all right. Any questions on box control? How that all works? That makes sense now? We'll just do that. All right. No other questions on that? You guys still do this at the NHL level. So we got weak ankle pucks. Why this actually is becoming a big hot button topic, and it always has been. And I've been through a few of the cycles. It's a hot button topic because getting shots from there, puck goes laterally. How hard would it be to get out of this? Pretty hard. Guys, no way you can slide out of that. Right? Yeah. So yeah, you see a couple of goalies still use it. Craig Eckerson and Marc-Andre Fleury. No one else uses it. So before the RVH, you know what a VH is? That's VH. That's VH. Late 90s, Steve Kiprusoff, he's the first guy I saw use this. And when I saw it, it was like light from heaven. Oh my God, it changed. You know that? Yeah. Okay. No elbow down. So a lot of the younger guys don't get taught it anymore. Yeah. Hey, can you do a VA? No? No. Want me to demo it? Or let me demo it? Okay. Yeah. I'm one of these. So, very close. Quite a few coaches still coach. I still coach in the city. All right. That's a VH. Okay. That's a VH. So in the mid-90s, this became a way to protect the post. It's kind of interesting. So here's the issues, right? So you still have basically leading up tight against the post. Pretty good coverage here through a short side shot. But now we have a pad along the middle of the ice. So if we have a lateral, it hits a skate, it's tapped, we have something. Secondly, and why it was such an eye-opener for me, this was what we call a hedge position. So I have net blocking coverage, but I'm also set up to push back there. So that's the VH. Right? What happened was, and like most things, when new tools come around in goaltending, people see it. I was astounded how fast we got it down. This is before YouTube, right? But I'd say within about 2 or 3 years in the NHL, amazing. The problem with the VH and the questions that started to arise was goalies were starting to use it all the time. And then starting to use it too early. When they weren't on angle, or they were too early. Big problem with being too early. Can you try it again? Get the elbow up. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. There you go. That's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good. Problem with being too early, the goalies were setting up like this, and you can watch the highlights when we get to the RVH, you'll see why this is a problem. The further away the puck is, the more aerial angle you have. When it becomes a security line, the goalies go down really early. If the goalie stays in nice and tight, there is no aerial angle, or very little aerial angle going over the shoulder. The goalies are starting to do this. It is too early. Keep from goals over here. That's a goal that can get you pulled. Because the old style, show me the old style. A little more neat. Yeah, the old style, you're not going to score on those. So all the old-timey coaches, they don't. A goal from there to come short corner never happened. Now it's starting to happen. Coaches didn't understand why it was happening. And goalies were getting cracked on. Okay. Yeah, it's nice that we said RVH. Here's the RVH. That's an RVH. So this developed probably 2005-ish. Got variations that we started in. This is the very advanced way to do it, right? But that's an RVH. VH means vertical, horizontal. So pad leg is vertical, or post leg is vertical, ice leg is horizontal. RVH means reverse. Reverse, vertical, horizontal. So now this pad leg is horizontal, back leg, ice leg is top. That's why it's RVH. Sometimes they call it post leg down, and the other version is post leg up. So this is it. So this is what all the little coaches are fighting about. I'm a little more neutral about the arguments. I remember the VH arguments from 15 years earlier, that it was the same that. Still a fan of this. All right. It's a blocky move. It's a blocky move, which means there's not a lot of rebound control. But the nice thing about this, if I hit Lucas here and the puck drops, what do you do? He can cover it up. All right. Relax with it. That's hard on the legs. Yeah, really hard on the high ankle. When your goalie goes out with a high ankle sprain, it's probably because of this. All right. So here's the other thing. Go ahead when you're ready. Lock back in. Also a hedge move. What are you doing? Your goalie has to come off the post, push off the post, and use that. So they can protect the short side and be able to come across far side. All right, let's hit our left goalie in, or sorry, our regular goalie, our normal goalie, normal goalie. Okay, good. So that's an RBH. So there's definitely a couple ways. So his trap here is placed, locker up against the body, same thing. Here's the issue. Even with Lucas and watching the NHL, I know there's 7 or 8 highlights over the weekend. He's down, he's pretty low. Puck is out here. There is a lot, nothing coaching can do to close that space out. And as a goalie, you really never want to be in that spot. So usually the problem or the big question is how soon should he get in? The more skill he has, the later you should do your RBH. What you think? You don't want to do an RBH when it's right in the corner. Okay. Also, he's set up again. It's a hedge play. The play goes laterally. We should be able to push off his post. Come across that. Compared to the old keep locked together, pads locked together, that's RBH setup. Same thing, put RBH in. It's a blocky move, right? Right if the puck hits him, like this, in the belly, but if it drops down in front of him, he can cover it up. How about give me the mark on before Craig Anderson, old school style. Pads together if you can. Yeah, the pads aren't ready to do that anymore, right? Yeah, pretty good. Actually, that's pretty good. All right. Yeah, here's the problem. Can you cover that up? No. The reason why the RBH got confused. Can you do a VH? Try a VH. Same thing. Oh, is that right up front here? That rebound. Can you cover it up? Yeah. If you try to cover it up, what happens? Yeah, and open up the 5-hole. 5-hole opens up. So that's why the VH kind of fell out of favor. Did a lot of the same things the RBH did, but the RBH allowed the goalie to cover. Because there's so much play wide now and down low in these quiet areas, I would say in the defensive zone, how many times do we go RBH? I would say probably 50, 60 times. Not necessarily make a mistake, be in that position. You, Christian, the whole game, how many times? Yeah, about 40 times. Yeah, that would make sense. They're going to spend a lot of time in that position. Right? And so, as I said, goalie coaches, this is a big deal for us, but for regular coaches, this is something they've never talked about. Never seen broken down. You'll see Kevin Weeks talking about it quite a bit if you watch the, I find it annoying to watch it a lot. But, yeah, you'll find that that matters, right? It's a pretty big deal. That all being said, it's very controversial for the goalie coaches because we all have different ideas of when and some of the small technical things up against the post. Do you know padded RBH? Did you do your boot break in? Your pad. So there's one variation. So that pad is on the inside of the post. This was Boston Bruins toothbrush. Nice thing about this, if you notice, try to get as high as you can in this step. Because he's not as far out with his pad, he can get higher in the stance. Can you push off of that? It's pretty hard to push off of that. Right? That's why I love goaltending. Always give and take, right? If you want to get something, you've got to pay something. How about skate on? Skate on post. So there. skate on post. Price for this, go ahead, you can hold it. He gets lower, and now he's got space here. You may have seen, I can't remember. That play. Yeah, that play. Okay. That's skate on. Okay. But what's the benefit of a skate on pitch? That. Now he can push on hard. An NHL goalie can get about probably 12, 15 feet off of the skate on position across the ice. No. All right. What's toe bridge on? That's toe bridge on. So right there we got 3 variations. When to use which variation when. Like I said, goalie coaches, a couple of beers in us. It's going to get ugly. Right? Yeah. This is really good. Really good coverage down low. There's no space. There's no space. And try and give you a push there, Chris, if you can. Yeah, a little hard. Your toe bridge is pretty tight. Go ahead. You'll actually see, if you watch the NHL goalies, the way they tie their pads, they've got a long piece of string that ties to their toe to the top of the pad. That string is really long. And the reason is for this. So that they can lock their toe bridge into the post easily. Can you push off like that? Yeah, not too bad. Pretty good. So we actually call it a lead. Go ahead, Doc, lock it back in. Go bridge on. Yeah. So usually, most NHL goalies, you'll see it, like their pad is got a gap here. The reason is so that they can lock in. So the problem with the toe bridge on, the price, this is the gold standard. It's very, very hard when you're sliding into the post on a backdoor play or a wraparound to nail it perfectly like that. So that's the price. It's very difficult to do precisely. Can you go from the top of the crease? Go to the top of the crease, on your feet. Okay. Ready, stance. Rotate to RPH short side push. So it's pretty hard to get that. Right back to the top. Do it again. See if you get the toe bridge on. Go ahead. Pretty hard, eh? So that's the hard play. That's the play. That's the play on that. So that's an RPH. Yeah, definitely as a head coach or an assistant coach, I wouldn't expect you to know all the details for that, right? But when you see a situation happen, be a head coach, RBH, your goalie gets beat over his head here, over his shoulder, it's time to have a talk, right? Because this was the wrong time probably to do this, right? Talk out that. Play gets in tight, this would be the right play. This would be the right play. And like I said, for a goalie, for a regular coach, you don't get toe on, toe bridge on, boot break on. That's not your job. How he gets in there, how he adjusts his squareness. Did you rotate? You want hinges? How's your hinge? You work on it? How's your hinging, Christian? Did you hinge? All right. Yeah, it's a pretty advanced technique. It's not an easy one. These guys are just where they're starting to learn it. So yeah, but as a coach, to be able to, for me, and again, going kind of back to the box control, most coaches, they talk to me about where the puck went in the net. Oh yeah, he got beat under the bar, which I hate. It doesn't tell me a lot. It doesn't tell me a lot. I could have Lucas at the top of the crease in his stance. Go ahead. I'm not going to do it because it's at the top of your stance. Going back to the box control. But if I was close enough to him and I shot it through his 5-hole, I could put it under the bar. So what tells me more information? That it was under the bar or he got beat 5-hole? Right. Same thing with all the technical movement. Well, I got a weak, a bad short side hole. Right. Okay. There's a lot of reasons why that could happen. You need to have a little more detail where it was, what was his position, and where did it beat him. Like, beat him through his body, did it beat him over his shoulder, right? And there's different reasons for that. Right? And then as a goalie coach, you come in and you work to correct those reasons. Not that he got beat short side, but how did he get beat short side? And I would expect coaches, assistant coaches, to be able to tell me that. don't have to tell me that he did an RVH or anything like that. I can have it forward. But we need those type of details. So, have a bit of time. A couple more, any questions off this? And then we'll just talk about goalie management in drill. Any questions? Sure.
I've heard some things about a thing called Panda.
Oh, yeah.
Panda. Yeah.
Traction or
Yeah. I'm still not even really clear on it. Like because I've been in the game so long, I kind of wait for the water to settle down a little bit. Because first things first, yeah, when something new happens, it's kind of funny. Because the margin of error is so tight at the highest levels, like it's one goal every 4 games for a starter and a backup. If something works, everyone adapts it. And now it's super quick. Within weeks, people are adapting. And because there's a lot of competition in the goalie coaching world, and finding the next thing kind of signs your paycheck for that year, right? Everyone comes to your summer camp because you've got the new thing. Where like I said, I'd rather let it play out in the laboratory of the game. You know what a panda is? Panda. So, that's a panda. It's outside the post, body up ice, and a bit of it, very close to an RVH, but it's outside the post. I believe, I kind of call this, I've used it before. You know what an overlap is? Show me an overlap. All right. So, to me, again, a lot of these moves, even the RVH came kind of out of like generic. A butterfly slide into the post, right? So that's an overlap. And this is actually a pretty good play. So you notice now his foot is on the outside of the post. It's basically overlapping the post. All right? And so, in my mind, I think, I'm still not even sure what the Panda is trying to achieve. However, in this play, go ahead and drive down. Good. I like this column. This is an overlap because it presents all Lucas's rebound control tools for a dead angle shot. So like all goaltending, there's a price he pays. What's the price? Oh yeah, you get a lot in the head. Trust me. Oh my God, you get a ton of. If you do it right, you get it all in the head. Yeah. This play. Yeah, he's got a lot further to go. Right? A lot further to go. So yeah, anytime a goalie gives up something, he's usually had to take something, right? So that's and so the Panda is very much like an RVH in an overlap, right? With his body up ice. Go ahead. Kind of like that, yeah. And it tends to be a little flatter. Tends to be a little flatter, yeah. So it's almost like that RVH, and the idea is to have the body up ice. The nice thing about this, and if it's done well, Lucas should be able to get his push across. Yeah, that back leg. Okay, you should be able to get a push across here. All right, and because the net is so on angle, and especially in that play, other than the old Marc-Andre Fleury, most weak angle plays, the goalie is asymmetrical, which means he's not perfectly lined up. On the post, go ahead, on your post, on your feet. Yeah. Yeah. So you can see he's got a lean here. He's not symmetrical. He's not balanced. He's loaded on one side and has very little weight on this side. RVH, again, asymmetrical. One side is different than the other. VH, try it. Asymmetrical. Okay. So from the dead angles or the weak angles, I call it goalie 2.0. The rules change. Rules change. Out front, show me your stance, show me your butterfly, stance, butterfly. We call that symmetrical. Okay. He's balanced, weight on both feet, now weight on both knees, and he's trying to line up center. On the post or any play from about 3 feet inside the ringette dot down, the rules change. Right? We play asymmetrical. You're actually starting to see even asymmetrical saves at the NHL level. So this type of play off of here is safe. That's an asymmetrical save because it's a weak angle shot. Those are kind of coming around now because goalies realize they'll give the player the best net, part of the net, and then try to take it away on the release of the shot. Because they know if they go down early or they go down, the shot's above the shoulder, they may not have any chance to get that puck, even if they're 6 feet. That could go past their shoulder because it's a short side high. And your height really, maybe if you're 6'7", maybe that's over the shoulder. But a lot of goalies, that'll still be over the shoulder. So they're using asymmetrical reactionary saves. Kind of coming back to this. Yeah. That's an asymmetrical save. Right? That's an asymmetrical save. Yeah, any other questions on that? Yeah, that's the Panda. I didn't think the Panda was coming out today. I really was hoping not. Guys, I haven't spent a lot of time looking at it, although that overlap position in RVH, if a goalie pulls that out, because I really like the overlap, because it's a rebound control play, right? Very strong rebound control, and I'm huge on rebounds. I do a lot of stats analysis. So out of 100 goals in the NHL, I don't know what it is in the last year or two, because I haven't done the numbers. How many goals get scored in by a direct rebound off an NHL goal? Out of 100 goals, off a pad, on a stick, in the net. About 4 out of 100. How about you, 11?
90.
Half, 50%. 50% go in off a direct rebound. Right? So, for me as a goalie developer, that's my thought. If I can get your rebound control at U13 or U15, if I get your rebound control up, you are moving closer to where you want to go. And as coaches, goalies that control the rebound, they're a dream. They are a dream. Game gets so easy, right? So easy. Yeah, so that's kind of what informs me on that. So what I want to do, if there isn't any other questions on that, we got a little bit of time?
Yeah, about 12 minutes or so.
That's perfect, yeah. Anyone want to run some drills? You guys ready for some shots? Okay, all right. Need a line here. Anyone's got sticks? There. Anyone's got sticks over there?
For me? Oh, yeah. We got about... Oh, yeah, no, I know you guys hold more time. I'm just getting these guys. We have 3 deep. This guy. Good, eh? Again, I'm so sorry I've ever coached kids anything about bowling. But, that's what... Small steps, man. Small steps. minor hockey kids say, oh, right? One goalie who's not in the net.
Yeah, that's kind of fine too. Right? But, yeah.
Too many shots, no rest.
So, from the goalie's
fast.
perspective,
It was too fast. The goalies didn't have
fast.
time to reset.
right? Too fast. So what ends up happening, running the pattern here, whistle goes, next guy's going. Coach is thinking about reps. So what ends up happening with the goaltender, and where are all the shots coming from? Right here, which is fine, I'm not happy about that, but I can live with that. But what happens now is the goalie stands here. He takes a shot from this guy, maybe in time to take a shot here. Right? So what's the goalie doing? He's basically now a shooter. He's not moving, he's not tracking. The first couple, Lucas was good. His first drill, where did Lucas start? He started on the post. He tracked the first guy out. He moved with him, tracking him, and then took the shot off the top. Right? Now, there was a rebound, there was some garbage. Player lined up, we can talk about that too. And then the next guy was already on his way. So Lucas is here, and the next guy's already halfway through the path. And he may not even be able to catch him. He got over, got one push with him, and then shot. Next guy's already right on top. So what's happened here? For goaltending, the most important element is not the shot. I give a rat's hootie about the shot. Okay? Goalies spend 58 minutes of a game moving. 2 minutes making saves. That box thing, if the goalie's in the right position all the time, the shot is really easy. The shot is in your sleep, it's a save. Right? But how do you get into the box? Movement and traffic. Most important element for the goaltender, shot preparation. Start on the post, whether it's the player or the coach, he's got to be looking at the goal. Right? He's ready. Now I go. Right? Now I go. Same thing for the shooter. Just the shooter, when you're coming around, the first guy gets a shot, and the goalie's down on his knees, and the second shooter's coming around the corner. He's got a wide open net with the goalie on his knees on the far side of the ice. Is that shooter getting any better? Zero experience. About shooting, where not where the net is, but where the net is created when the goalie is on position. So he's not getting better, he's not getting better, and there's a risk injury as well. That's the big thing. So, going back to Cold Harbor Minor Hockey, and as I'm going through all the teams, this is what we're working with. Not RVH technical stuff. Very, very little, everything's very basic. All the goalie coaches there, their responsibility is to make sure, first off, goalies are doing the drills. Right? Goalies are doing the drills. Every rep. Completing the drill. And then also corresponding with the coach on the ice. Drills too fast. Shooters are not shooting where they're supposed to shoot, not shooting where they're supposed to be shooting from. Again, had very few drills shot from here. Because that's not where you shoot in the game. This is where you shoot. If you get a shot off from there, that's still a pretty good spot. And that's where you get 90% of your shots from. Yeah.
Would you recommend having skating drills in
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. And definitely if you have a goalie coach, a lot of skating drills can be adapted to goalies. Right? I've done a lot of, like, even if we're doing flow skating, grabbing my goalies, getting some proper skating. Can we do one more quick drill? This one, so you're a coach, you're a coach. Okay, out of the corner. All right. Other coaches up there. exactly, right? Just the pass, and then first stop. So, let's just run a few. The big thing here on this drill, if it's not taken care of, the goalie will stay at the top of the crease the entire drill. When he should be following those two passes out of the corner. It happens 100 times in a game. Okay, coach. Top. Top, 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 right. All right, where we go? Good. 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 That way we go. Good. Let's go, go. Sorry. Yeah. So, right there. This was the first drill that when I was on the ice with Cole Harbor. And, hey, you did 2 reps. You moved a lot, didn't you? Yeah. 5 reps, you would have been done. Take your second goalie in. Perfect work rest ratio. If he stood at the top of the crease, and he could have easily stood at the top of the crease on every shot, not moved at all. He would have had 80 practices like that this year where he hardly moved at all. This is where Canada can make it up. If we get the buy-in from the coaches, in terms of the goalie development, in terms of goalies staying on task in drills, my goalie coach mentor always said, every drill starts and ends with the goaltender. Right? So as a coach out of the corner, what are you guys looking for? When it's the pass out of your corner, you're waiting for the goalie to get to the post. If he's not getting to the post, you're yelling at him, Christian, post, go on, let's go. Same thing. If he's not getting to that post, you're either holding up your pass, getting on his case. You don't need to know anything about RVH post coverage or anything like that. But you know that in a game, puck's in the corner, where do you want your, everyone knows that. You want your goalie on the post. So this drill, all of a sudden, becomes extremely valuable. Not only valuable to the goalie, players doing this wheel out here on this figure 8, and they're receiving the puck of a goalie coming off a post. Which means for them, as they're receiving the puck, the openings on the net change. Right? There's nothing short side. Goalie comes off the post. If he doesn't position properly off the post, short side may be an option. The goalie's in motion. Can he make a save while he's moving? All these are important things for a player, right? Rather than having your goalies at the top of the crease acting as a shooter. We got to go, right?
You can kick this off, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll be in the dressing room there taking my stuff off, guys. If you have any more questions, you can come in there and ask me.